Hi everybody, and welcome to the London session update with myself, Kathleen Brooks, on Wednesday the 28th of August 2013. Well, this is a bit of a special London session update. We're going to look at how Syria and geopolitical events are impacting the markets right now. As I just mentioned, obviously Syria on the forefront of everyone's minds. Is there going to be intervention? Is there going to be military action? And the market's really focusing on this at the moment. We've seen Brent crude rise. It seems like almost taper fears or fears of Fed tapering are really to the back of people's minds right now. Now that could be a bit of a mistake, but for now anyway, you've got to kind of go with the price action. So let's take a quick look at crude oil. Obviously, when you look at the Middle East, you do have to always remember that oil will be impacted. It's not just oil, gold as well, of course. Any kind of safe haven that's being impacted, but oil is really the go-to when you're looking at geopolitical tension, particularly in the Middle East. This Brent crude oil, as you can see, we've got very close to the highest levels of this year, close to those highs of 119.30 from early February. But we have just stumbled a little today. That could be because the dollar is broadly higher, and so that's also weighed a little bit on Brent crude oil. We did fall back. 115 has acted as very nice support there, and we're currently just struggling to get back above 115.50. That was after we rose to 117.30. That was met by a whole wave of selling pressure, which pushed us lower. But we think that push down could just be temporary, just could be a bit of rebalancing, and that potentially if we get more negative headlines coming out about Syria, about imminent action. Remember, the UK has tabled kind of a draft resolution to be sent to the UN today. So over the next few days, some really critical outcomes there that could keep the markets on the defensive, which could mean that they pick up oil on the dip. So watch out for that. The levels to watch on the upside, 119.30, that was the high from the 8th of February. And then of course 120, which is the key psychological level. Now, obviously, when you're trading geopolitical risk, it can be very difficult for traders to get their head round. Things can happen at any time, day or night. Added to that, things can happen, can react to headline risk. Markets can be very, very jittery and very nervous. It can be difficult to plan ahead. Let's take a look here now at dollar yen. Dollar yen, obviously, we're more used to it being spoken about in relation to tapering. But the fact that dollar yen has really struggled and is well below that 98 level, the highs where we were last week, as the Syria crisis has unfolded, really suggests that tapering is on the back burner, and instead it's all about this geopolitical tension. In that environment, some people may expect dollar to rise, but usually it wouldn't rise against the yen, because remember, the yen is a safe haven as well. So what we have seen, as I said, the dollar is broadly higher today. That meant that dollar yen was being picked up on the dips below 97, around about that 96.80 level. However, we have got stuck around about 97.5. We do know 98.40 to 65. That is a massive level of resistance now on the upside. That is a cluster of daily moving averages, which capped the upside last week, and really looks a little bit unobtainable for now. Obviously, the risks are slightly to the downside now, we think, depending on how this pans out. However, as the market does switch to thinking about tapering, because remember that Fed meeting isn't too far away, any moves sub 97, maybe down to kind of 96.5, that could be picked up with people just expecting or just buying that on the dips, trying to get in nice and early ahead of that Fed meeting. So these are the dollar and obviously what Brent is doing, what crude oil is doing. They're the two key things to watch. Today they're on our horizon, obviously with the pound is moving as well on the back of Carney's maiden speech later on this afternoon. But really when it comes to Syria, it's all about Brent, it's all about the dollar. So watch those two. Okay, good luck trading today. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.